Trance channel and channeler teacher Sheryl Ann Noday is offering a very special soul portrait. This is a reading and a portrait of your soul.
The soul and spirit portraits, these are so wonderful. I've had a wonderful time offering these, and let me tell you a little bit about it. What happens is, this is very much like a reading. It is a reading, but you're getting a visual to go with it. So the process is, I connect with the individual. This can be done anywhere. It can be person to person or over Skype, because the energy is just coming in. So the location, whether we're right in front of each other via electronically, it's equally as powerful. And people have phenomenal experiences, either seeing their guide come to life, or an aspect of their soul, or a past life, or a past life friend. So it's always the highest vibration that comes through. So people will ask, well, how do I know? Well, that's part of the process, in the channeling process. We don't know until spirit comes in, but it's always very loving. That's a guarantee. It's always very healing, and it's a very moving experience. So whoever I'm working with gets a chance to see this drawing come to life. They are watching me make the drawing. Where the drawing is coming from is I'm getting the direction from spirit. So that happens in a couple of different ways. Whereas they will project it into my consciousness, and I simply follow what I see in my third eye, or they are actually moving my hand, or I see the imprint, the impression already on the paper. So it works in a few different ways. As we know, in the realm of spirit, it's always very fluid. It's not something that's always the same, but it's a very beautiful experience. And I want to be able to offer this to people right now before the holidays, and making this available on Monday and Tuesday night, starting at 7:30 Central, whatever time that is for someone else. So this way, if anyone is getting them for the holidays, there's plenty of time to have that portrait mailed to you. Gosh, you know what? I'm thinking of some wonderful stories that occurred when I was in Milwaukee. I'll share a little bit of the story, not too much because it is personal, and I never would share anybody's personal stories. But she had moved to Milwaukee not really knowing why. She was just very, very guided, and left the California area, moved to Milwaukee, and here finds out that the portrait that came through was a portrait of her past life. That was a Native American spirit who had lived in that sacred land before. So all kinds of information came through for her in that drawing, and it was pretty special for her. Also, people have reported to me that they had had pains in their body, and when seeing the portrait come to life, if it is an aspect of their soul, if it's a guide coming through, the healing energy is riding through their body. They're telling me, I had a pain in my back. It's vanished. You know, when I saw the portrait being made, my third eye was just a buzzing. So it's very energetic, but you get a chance to have something physical. Now, during this time, I'm also making notes. I'm as the reading's coming through, I'm making some of the highlights on the drawing, so you get a chance to see that. It's like a portal, Loren, where you're going into that portal, which is something that is it's not like where you have a reading, then you got to remember that reading, you got to remember those energetics. This is something that's coming from spirit, so that drawing's always changing. I know, the drawing is always changing. And what that means is, you're going to look at it one day and go, wow, I didn't even see that in the eyes. People have also told me that, you know, they knew they had to make a decision, and by just sitting in front of the drawing and meditating on it, you could have all kinds of awakenings, go into spontaneous channeling, evolutions yourself.
To schedule your soul portrait and reading, please check out the information on this webpage.